what's up everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be doing something we've never done before here, and that is a Rick and Morty discussion video. If you don't know that about me, I love Rick and Morty. It's my favorite show. I have seen it a million times, and I cannot wait for the new season 5 episodes to return next year. Hopefully, I need them in my life. 2020 was terrible, but with it came season 4 of Rick and Morty, which is probably my favorite season thus far. Definitely filled with tons of new adventures that I really enjoyed, including the train episode. And starting with that, I will say spoilers ahead. If you haven't seen season 4, I am going to be talking a little bit about that. If you haven't seen it, it's on Hulu. Just go watch it. Go watch every single episode and then go take a test to make sure that
your IQ is high enough to watch Rick and Morty. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just making an inside joke about the fan base. It's not really that funny, but anyway.
With that being said, let's get started on my Rick and Morty season 5 predictions. First off, I always slay it, queen.
If you see me looking away, it's because I'm looking at my notes that I took for season 5 predictions.
My first prediction for season 5 is that there's going to be more character-centered episodes. So we left off last season with some solo character developments. The family is discovering more of themselves outside of Rick. So in the last episode, we saw Summer and Morty really bonding together. So ever since the whole Space Beth incident, they've become less dependent on him. They've become less desiring of his acceptance. You know, I think they used to fight over Rick's attention, and now they're just saying basically, leave us out of your shit. They almost dislike him at the current moment, especially after the whole entire Galactic Federation fiasco where all of Earth almost got blown up and ruined, another dimension for the millionth time. So I think they're tired of his games and they probably want to return to some form of normalcy in their life. Like, all of them were willing to accept that they have a second clone mother that they don't even know who, but they're just completely willing to accept it and just go along with it because they're just tired of this crazy shit that just keeps happening. I feel like they're starting to see through Rick's facade that he is smart and he just controls everything and he has it all together, because the truth is that he doesn't. My second prediction is that we are going to be seeing some Beth and Jerry moments, because I feel like I love how they were as a couple in the Cronenberg world. So if you guys are familiar with the episode, I believe it's Rick Potion number 9, where they accidentally Cronenberg the entire universe, the entire Earth, and since anyone who's genetically related to you isn't affected by it, that left Summer, Beth, and Jerry to fend for themselves in the Cronenberg world. And when we see that, we actually see that Jerry starts to step it up and he really becomes like a hunter and a badass, and he's all ripped and muscly, and Beth just completely latches onto that. We see Beth give over some of that dominance that she has to Jerry. Jerry's taking care of her, Jerry's taking care of Summer. They actually seem like more content and happy in that world, even though it is a mess. We also revisit that world in a later episode where Morty shows the new Summer, the old Summer, and they still seemed pretty strong then. And with everything that has happened, especially in Children of Mort, where Jerry saved Beth's life. Beth could have totally fallen off of that cliff and completely died, and then bye-bye Beth, but Jerry was the one who saved her when Rick was nowhere to be found. He was off trying to have some measuring competition with the god in the sky, cloud guy, I don't even know, but y'all know what I'm saying, okay? Rick was just, he was trying to do it for Beth. He was saying, you know, like, I'm trying to build this with my daughter, but at the same time, she almost died and then Jerry had to save her. So I definitely think we're going to be seeing some sort of growth dynamic between Jerry and Beth, but we will have to see. Getting to the good stuff, I predict that we are going to see some major character development in Rick. Yes, we have seen some lows, from his drunken Vindicators blackout to the holy shit, I'm a terrible father at the end of season 4. But now after all of this, he's shown his reluctance to making friends. He's lost some trust from the family. I think we may get a glimpse into his past as to why he is the way that he is. We know that he's depressed, we know that he's self-medicating, and he also tends to participate in dangerous behaviors because it's amusing to him. But why? We know that he lost his wife. We know that he was gone for like 20 years. We know that he fought alongside Bird Person in a war, but what is the root of Rick Sanchez? His mysteriousness is one of the things that definitely makes the show very interesting, and it makes you keep on wanting to watch, but I think we would all love to know who hurt him. Like, Rick, who hurt you? And we all know that Rick is a softie deep down. Like, we have seen him be sweet and be nice on occasion, and I definitely think that is who he is under all those layers and shells of hatred? I don't know if that's a good word. Just the way that he is. He just has a hard outer shell, and I think it would be fun if we had a flashback episode in season 5. It would be really cool to see what his life was before our Smith family journey. Another prediction that I have, which is the introduction of an arch nemesis or a villain. All you crazy fans out there like me, you may have seen the season 5 sneak peek where they crash into the ocean after nearly dying, and then out of the water arises Nimbus, an Aquaman King Trident fellow who calls Rick Richard. Rick then embarrassingly admits that Nimbus is his arch nemesis. So could this be a part of Rick's struggle with not letting people close to him? Or what other beef do we have? Because obviously he has some sort of past with this guy to the point where he can't even go to the ocean. But I do want to touch on this, which goes into another prediction that I have, but I gotta build it up so you see where I'm going with this. So he can't even go into the ocean, but what about the Ricklantis mix-up? So we all know this beloved season 3 episode where we get to see the Citadel and the perils of the politics that are there. Evil Morty. But while that was happening, away from our typical characters, Rick and Morty went to Atlantis for some adventures that we do not see. So it starts off the episode saying, you know, we're gonna go to Atlantis, you know, get some of that mermaid post, whatever we're gonna do, and it goes and it follows other characters. And they returned, they said, oh, that they had a fun time, and we hope that it wasn't a one-night stand with the mermaid, you know, so they clearly went into the ocean, and now he can't go into the ocean, so maybe we'll have some closure on what happened in Ricklantis with this whole arch nemesis plot. So for my last prediction for season 5, we can predict some amazing celebrity guest voice appearances. We have already had amazing voice guests last season. We always have had amazing comedians, actors, actresses come on and do lots of lovable character voices. But my predictions for season 5 are possibly some voices from Solar Opposites. So Solar Opposites is Justin Roiland's Hulu show, and it is so hilarious. If you haven't seen it, go watch it. I love it so much. I was wondering, you know, maybe they will have some of the characters from that show come and do a voice on Rick and Morty, because I know that we like to do some crossovers with a little bit of Gravity Falls here or there. We like to do a little bit of Easter eggs in there. So it'd be kind of cool if we had a little crossover from Solar Opposites, but there is only one season of Solar Opposites on Hulu, so I don't know if they're gonna jump into all that just yet with only one season released, but we will see. I think it would be awesome if we had Donald Glover, Bill Hader, Seth Rogen. That would be so iconic. But I mean, there's a time and place for everyone, all the characters that they want to have, you know, they can't just throw in a bunch of good voice actors, they have to have a good character to back it up, a good episode. So I may be shooting for the stars here, but hey, we can dream big, right? So this is a little bit different than other videos that I've made, but I love Rick and Morty so much, and I know other people do too, so go ahead and subscribe. If you want to see more videos like this, give it a thumbs up if you're digging my season 5 predictions. And also, thank you so much for watching. Comment down below what other questions you want me to answer about the show. If you have any comments or predictions for season 5 or when it's even gonna come out. They have said that they are on track for the season 5 release, and they're even starting to work on season 6. So that's definitely very hopeful, but I have a feeling that it's gonna be all 10 episodes released in maybe February or March. We will see, but Rick and Morty 100 years. And then shout out to Devin for this awesome poster that he got me for Christmas. I got my Rick and Morty buddies right here just hanging out with me in my bedroom making YouTube videos. Not much has changed. All right, well, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.